Welcome back, everybody, to another boot review. And this time I finally got something on here that I've been trying to get on here for a while. I got a pair of damn posts. So this is going to be, if you're familiar with boots, you'll know that damn post is particularly more towards exotic style boots now versus just, basic regular leather boots. They're in a league of their own now. But I've always looked at damn post. I've always liked damn post. I actually had a pair of gray damn posts that I sold just a few days ago before making this video. And I really liked them, but I just never got around to making a video about them simply because I had some restorative work to do. I got them on sale on shopgoodwill.com. It's an excellent website if you're trying to save some money and buy some good boots. Now, caveat for this, right before I get into them. I love to review boots that I can get for a really good price. Now, there's Ariats that I review on this channel, and many of them are regular price. Some I find on Amazon really good price. This is regular price. So I'll give you that pricing in a little bit, but let's get into the unboxing of these excellent boots. Damn post, nice little box. Unlike most of the other boots that I've purchased, this is just a straight open. Lay that to the side. All right, here we go. As you already know, oh man, it smells so good, so good, so full of leather. Smells just like your favorite boot shop. And you can see here, we got the tissue on there. You're gonna see why I picked these boots up. These boots are gorgeous. Look at that, man. Look at that. Now, as you could tell, there's a change of scenery. I'm here in my garage with some of my equipment. Like I've said before, I do video production as a living. So all of my video production junk is in the background. But I'm not going to try these on in here. I'll give the on foot portion in the house. But I already had this sucker set up. But dang, these are some good looking boots. I love this. Okay, let me get the other one out. But what I will tell you right off the bat, I mean, look at this, man. This is gorgeous. Look at this mess. I mean, these are some really, really good boots. Good looking boots anyway. I'm trying to explain what this is here. If you're familiar with exotic boots, there is a boot called a Piruku boot. And that design is basically a fish. It's like a big fish scale from these humongous fish in the Amazon. This is not Piruku, not even close, because this is small in comparison. It's like huge diamonds. Google it right now, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And for those of you who know exactly what I'm talking about, you can tell this is not Piruku, but I don't know if I can get this where you could see it. And I'll show you in the close-ups. But right here, this texture that you're seeing, it looks like the Piruku fish scale. And so I'm wondering if this is some type of fish scale. It's not Piruku, but it looks like it's some type of fish scale. Look at that. Look at that back pattern. Look at that back pattern right there. That looks like a fish scale. And it's almost paper-like, like a fish scale. Now, I need to be very candid with you. I do not. And I repeat, I do not like Piruku. Piruku is not my favorite type of boot. As a matter of fact, it's my most hated. And I'm sorry if you like a Piruku boot. I am not a fan. I just don't like the huge diamond. And it's not embroidered because it's the scale. I just don't like the huge diamond fish scale. And then that flaky looking thing. So when I saw this and then they came in, I'm like, dang. Okay, like, see, some of it's already flaking off a little bit. I don't like that. But when I see it in the smaller diamonds, the smaller fish scale, I'm like, this is nice. I will say this, though, and you'll be able to see it in the close-up again. The top portion on the left boot, it was pressed. In other words, it was sitting in the box. It was obviously pressing up against the other boot. And it being that, like, papery texture, because that's what, the Piruku is, very soft, very fragile. And so this being in the box as long as it has been, being pressed right here, it's flat. It's kind of flat and dark. As you can see, it's pretty dark here. And in comparison to the other one, it's not as dark on this one. And I'm surprised that they costed what they costed. These were for sale on Amazon for $269, which is a lot of money. But for an exotic boot like fish scale, which I believe this is actually, I don't know, it's not that bad a price. And I mean, now, granted, I'm talking about this upper, I'm talking about this shaft, and I'm just like, they're so good looking, especially this shaft, man. I love the color of this. I love the rough out. It's rough out. I love how this kind of a sky, pale sky blue with the green, with then there's like a burgundy stitch, and then there's this amber color. Oh man, it's just such a beautiful combination with this boot in total. But as you'll see at the end of this video, when I do the on foot portion, all this gets covered up, and this is all that shows. So it looks good on the shelf when you want to buy it, but the second you put this boot on, and please don't wear shorts with your boots, or just don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, I'm looking at this boot and I'm just like, wow, this is one good looking boot. Now, I don't pay this kind of price for boots. So I bought them from Amazon, and I'm like, let me take a look at them. But I'm like, for the price that they are, I'm just like, I might have to send these back, because it's like, I'm finding it hard to pay $269. And I know there's many of you out there who are like, man, that's the price of a good boot. It's the price of quality. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But I'm the everyday man. I am the everyday man. I live on a budget. I don't spend crazy money on boots. I don't spend crazy money on hats. This is not a 7X. This is not a 10X. This is a 3X. And that's just code for basic. I paid $80 for this hat at the Boot Barn. It's very cheap. I'm not high end like that. So as bad as I want to keep these things, there's two reasons why I don't think I will. I want to share that with you right now. I don't think I'd keep it simply because this texture. So I saw when I saw them on Amazon, I was like, that looks really good, but I'm not sure what that texture is. But that looks great. Buy, and then I'll figure it out if I wanted to keep them later. When they got here, I was like, oh shoot, that is some type of fish scale, like I said earlier. And as I have considered it, and all I do when I get these boots is I look at it and I'm like, I'm doing a video. I'm not even gonna. I want to save my reactions for the video. So I looked at them real quick, took a whiff, and then I'm like, I'm gonna save this for the video. So it's right now that I'm taking them in, and I'm just like, man, they're so gorgeous looking boots, but they're so expensive, and this is so fragile. God forbid you get caught in the rain, especially a heavy rain. I feel like this would shrink up, like I said, just the press right here, and you're losing almost all of what you bought this for, because on the side it's really prominent, as you're seeing in the close-ups. This is really prominent, and that's what really gives it its flair. It's almost like a snake skin, and personally, snake skin boots are my favorite, and I think it has to do with just sentimental value. But when I was a child, my grandfather, he actually bought me a pair of, my grandfather was all into, he had the hats, he had the shirts, he had the pants, he had the boots, he had the belt buckles with pictures of his grandchildren on them. He was all westerned out all his life. And when I was a young one, he bought me a pair of rattlesnake boots, pointy toes, because square toes really weren't in back in those days. And I remember it to this day. I was a young guy too, very, very young, but he got me a pair of snakeskin boots. And I remember to this day. And so that one just always had a place in my heart. But these boots in particular, let's go. What is this? Obviously, it's all leather, meaning we're talking about all animal skin. I reach my hand in here, and it's a nice, soft, supple leather. And this is leather everywhere except the insole. I always got to do the drop. So I always got to do the drop test when I get an insole. That seems pretty thick. Still, nothing has ever compared to the Ariat or the Ariat insole of the Circuit Patriot. That Circuit Patriot insole was just heavy, thick, that yellow one. And when I dropped it on, it was thump. This is better than like the cheap boots that I've reviewed. This guy is leather all the way inside. Even, okay, in the footbed, that's a sponge, like a foam. Spongy foam, and that's where the nails and the tacks are in. And so you got this nice, and I think that this, I personally think this is better than leather. I'm not a traditionalist by any means, although if you have leather insoles, great, but I'm really loving this, unless it's like a Chisos. I've heard so many good things about a Chisos. One of these days I would love to review a pair of Chisos, because I heard they're the most comfortable boots one could ever buy. I'd really like to find out. These guys are leather all the way inside, as you can see. And again, just this shaft design is gorgeous. Look at that thing. That is a good looking boot. I love these leather soles, and I love the brand where they put the logo. And I was speculating the whole time, but it says right here, Dan Post, genuine fish. So this is fish scale. I was just like, this looks so much like Piruko. Yeah, so it's a type of fish scale. And that is what concerns me the most, because I'm just, some of the stuff that's already tearing and it's like at the edges and it's kind of looking messy. Yeah, you just simply, and it's like paper. So this is not something that's going to last too long. Gosh, I really love this design. So I'm thinking more along the lines of like $150. And I know that's out of the question. But if that's what I was paying for some of these, then it's like, okay, yeah, it's worth it to have them for a short amount of time, look good in them. Again, I always tell you, I'm not working in these boots. I would wear these to church. I would wear these out on the town. I would wear them to go to dinner with my wife as we go out to dinner, maybe a movie, something like that. This is what I would use it for. I would not use these for work. Not that they can't take it. I'm probably sure that they probably could take it, but everything that you paid money for, genuine fish, goes down the toilet. And what's the point? This would be completely matted. I think all of this would turn dark, and everything that you paid for just kind of goes down the drain, which is completely a waste of money. So I think I'm gonna say that this at this point up into my channel, this has got to be one of the nicest looking boots that I've reviewed on this channel. And I got to give it to Dan Post, because that's, you know, they run the gamut of all the boots that they make. But right now, this is where they're reigning king. They're king in the exotic boot category. And so, yeah, they did not fail. Once again, it's leather everywhere. This is the fish skin leather. You got the leather, upper shaft. You have leather on the inside. Yes, it does have the seam that goes down the sides here, down the seam, but that's never been a bother for me. You got the fish scale right here on the pull tabs. Again, you got the leather sole, you got the leather heel with a nice rubber cap. So it's about time we put these babies on foot. All right, here's the on foot portion of these beautiful Dan Post fish scale boots. Here they are in all their glory. Had to wear the nice dark wash jeans with them, because I always consider dark wash jeans to be the more dressier of the bunch. Regular blue jeans are for everyday use, but this, I consider this to be more of like a dressy, go out on the town, nice looking jean, and they seem to work. Man, take a look at these boots, man. They look great on feet. As usual, I'm purchasing a 13 double E. I'm not buying D widths anymore. I am definitely a wide. Now with Dan Post, I'm familiar with Dan Post. A 13D on me would not be the end of the world. I could, get my shoe trees in there, stretch them out, and I would be good. But right off the bat, a double E just fits much better. There is a different profile to a double E and a D, but I'll take this any day. This looks great. And of course, like I've been telling you, that shaft, man, just look at that, man. What a good looking boot. As I am moving around in them, I can feel the insole, and the insole is nice. It is very comfortable. It is very just relaxed. It's spongy. I could feel it in my feet. So I really do like that, especially towards the front balls of my feet. Well, all right. I am glad that you guys came by and checked out my review of these Dan Post fish scale boots. I really like them. I'm actually kind of surprised because all I ever see is Piuruku. Piuruku everywhere, Piuruku everywhere. So the fact that there is a fish scale this style, I love it. I love the little designs. I love the small fish scale diamonds instead of these humongous things. That's much, to me, it's more attractive to my eye. These small designs that when you see somebody wearing, it's just like, dang, what is that? So Dan Post fish scale, thumbs up for me. I really like these boots, and I don't like the price so much, but what do you expect for a pair of exotic? So that's it for me, and I will see you guys on the next one.